What would you say to your younger, closeted self? I would say a lot of things, and not just because of the fact that I was closeted. I would just say a whole lot of things to myself about me. When I was younger, I was obsessed with achieving things in order to make myself feel okay. I was also obsessed with following the rules, and I did so. I followed pretty much every rule in the book, and I didn't do so because I wanted to follow the rules. I did so because that was what was expected of me. I feared the consequences of not following the rules much more than I looked forward to the benefits of following the rules. My life was reactionary. It was like a classical conditioning kind of a thing. It was like I was told to do it, and I did it, and I got my reward, and I was like, yay, good boy. Like, that was my whole life. Fear was my #1 motivator because I hated being in trouble. I hated getting yelled at. I hated when people would talk to me and they would be disappointed in me because of something that I did or something that I didn't do. I hated that feeling so much that I didn't risk or like do anything or like push myself, because risk led to the potential of getting that feeling and disappointing someone or falling short, so I just kind of kept to the safe path. Growing up, I had certain influential people in my life who wanted me to be a certain way. And I was never gonna be that way. I was never gonna be a traditional, straightforward, masculine person who went about life in a traditionally masculine way. That was never gonna be me. My sensitivity and sometimes my expressed femininity, or traditional femininity, led me to get that feeling of disappointing people and being in trouble, and so I pushed it way down in my life. A lot of the things that felt right to me, or the things that I liked or was into, felt wrong. They felt like they were against the rule book. They felt not safe. They felt risky. And so I didn't do that. Even now, I have trouble talking about the things that I like because talking about the things that you like is just putting yourself out there, you know? In many ways, we are the things that we like. It kind of shows where our brains are and what gets us excited and all those things. So when you put it out there and say, this is what I like, it leaves people open to criticizing that, and then therefore I feel like I'm being criticized, and I don't like that feeling. What I wish I got good at a younger age, and something I'm trying to get good at now, is just embracing myself honestly and not being afraid of myself honestly. I was never gonna be that traditionally masculine, by the book kind of a person because I'm not traditionally masculine. I don't even feel like a guy sometimes, and I'm not straight either. A lot of people in my life now sometimes would wish I would stop talking about my individual sexuality, but for me it's much more than just like getting attention or like putting myself out there and stuff. It's like an affirmation of all of the things that I've never done for myself in my life. My bisexual identity is much more than the people that I'm attracted to and the people that I fall in love with. It's much more than that for me. It represents an independent sort of like control that I've exerted over my life now, that I'm able to define myself on my own terms, and to me that's the most important side of it. My sexuality, my gender identity, and the way that I express myself to the world are things that I'm still very new at, and things that I'm still not so good at, and I've had the very unique position of doing a lot of that and learning how to do a lot of that publicly on the internet. I don't have any regrets about how my life has gone, but if I were to go back in time and speak to myself as a younger person, I would just try and tell them that that you're okay as you are. Please get excited about the things that you like. Please get excited about the things that you like. Don't be embarrassed about the things that you like. Don't be scared to feel. Don't be scared to connect with other people emotionally, because that trait alone is, I believe it is my best trait as a human being. I remember a lot in early childhood, some of my earliest memories is using apathy to protect myself. I had a stepbrother that I grew up with, and I remember one time he was crying over something, and I looked at him and I said, don't cry. Like, don't let them see you cry. And it's just, I look back on it and I'm just so devastated over that. I told him to cry in private, but not in public, because that was the way that we protected ourselves. Because to see that vulnerability was unsafe growing up, and it's just so sad to me. So what would I say to my younger closeted self? I would say to my younger self in general, don't be afraid to feel, don't be afraid of the things that you like, and don't be afraid of you as a person. Don't be afraid of that. Just don't be afraid. It's not always as simple as telling someone not to be afraid, because sometimes in our lives we have very real things that we have to be afraid of. But when we look at ourselves in the mirror, when we go to bed at night, when we wake up in the morning, in those moments when it's just us and nobody else, none of the outside world, none of the big scary stuff that we don't have control over, when it's just the stuff we have control over, that's when I really want us all to not be afraid. Don't be afraid, because you're okay, I'm okay, we're okay, even when we're not okay, it's okay. That's what I would say to myself, I think. I hope I made sense. That's all I have to say. If you have comments or thoughts or stories or anything you'd say to your younger self, please leave a comment down below. I love reading that kind of stuff. I'm gonna get off of here now. Love you a lot, and I will see you guys next time on Monday. Pew! Apologies for not uploading on Monday, this past Monday. I was very sick in the last video that you saw me, and then I got worse, and I couldn't make a video. My head was screaming at me inside. It was screaming very loudly. But I'll see you guys next Monday. Every Monday and Friday I make videos. You can always keep in touch with me on social media in case there are changes to schedule or like new updates or like bonus stuff on like Patreon or anything like that. Yeah, love you guys a lot. I'll see you later. Bye!